Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to episode 6 of our Feed the Beast Inventions modded Minecraft Let's Play series. If you recall last episode, we kind of got our Cobbleworks up and going. Since then, I've kind of expanded just a little bit. Over here, it's still pretty much the same. If you notice, it's been running quite a bit while I mined and different things. And then I've also set up this to start producing stone for us. I haven't set it up to make circuit plates. I did discover that in this pack, I don't know if it's an official change or just for this pack, because I know previously if you pulverized cobblestone, it made gravel as the primary and sand as the secondary. Because if you've seen my Sky Factory 2.5, that's how I do it in there as well. But in this pack, pulverizing down stone gives you, is it pulverize? Yeah, I think it's the pulverizer or the sag mill. Let me check. It's one or the other, but it gives you primary as gravel, secondary as macerators cobble. Yeah, pulverize it and you'll get primary gravel with the secondary 15% chance for sand. The sag mill is cobblestone. So we'll end up setting up a pulverizer to get more gravel that way. And then of course the gravel will cook down and make concrete and break it down and get flint. And then we'll also cook stone to make circuit plates. So we've got a little bit more expanding to do on that. Also, you'll notice I made the flux infused leggings. I didn't figure I needed to make that on camera. We've done it, you know, it's the same stuff. I also made the flux infused sword, which is pretty much the same. It's a little bit cheaper than the pick, and you can empower it to do extra damage. And I also made the battle wrench, which the battle wrench is really nice. It can work as a wrench from pretty much any mod. So, you know, I can pick up machines and change piping and everything, but I can also use it to fight. And I don't know if there's anything out here to beat on. Let's run downstairs, I guess. Oh, what in the world? Oh, okay, well, I guess we're not going downstairs right now. I don't know what's going on down there. But, it's not good. So, I will figure out... Actually, I'm kind of curious. Let's take a look. At what's going on down below here. Now, see, I don't know. Because it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it. I'll tell you what, we'll open this up just a little bit to make sure that that doesn't happen anymore. Because I know sometimes these elevators, if you're not like perfectly centered, they can be kind of finicky. But that fixes that. So we'll open this up and use the battle wrench. Oh, now, if you notice, it does pretty good damage, and then if we empower it, it does even better damage. And then, what is it? Is it right click? I believe it was, I thought it was right click. Maybe it's only when it's empowered. There's a way you can actually turn mobs around with it. Well, I don't need to be in here. But anyway, it does good damage, and it's a wrench. So I figured, well, why not? Instead of making a bunch of wrenches from a bunch of different mods, we'll just do that. So I've also done quite a bit of mining. If you notice, I've used up pretty much all the electrum. I do have some nugget steel. And I did a bit of mining. I got some more diamonds. I used a bunch making all that flux infused stuff, but I did get some more of those. And I got a bunch more ores and some more uranium and stuff, as well as some Tech Reborn ore. So, also the if you notice the stone setup up there had an ender tank. That's because I have one set up right here with just an aqueous accumulator. That way we can supply, power to our base, water to our base, and only have to use, one aqueous accumulator instead of setting up a bunch or whatnot. And hello there. And then I also just added another magmatic dynamo here because running all the machines up there and this and charging all these tools and whatnot was kind of draining my power. So I went ahead and threw that on there. So in here I've actually got, I had some soul sand cooking. And so we've got some vile dust. Now we really only need 2 pieces of this, but I went ahead and made 8 because we will definitely use it. So I did a bit of research. The curse, I'd ended up finding the what we were trying to do last episode with the soul shards. I came across that on the Curse Forge. Apparently that's outdated. There's 2 different ways now, and I'm assuming that this pack is using the hard way, but because I know the post I read, the easy way was supposed to be getting phased out pretty soon, and that was a decently older post. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to make this soul forge. So it's just 3 obsidian and then cobble around the top. Yeah, I've got cobble. Okay. And we still have that obsidian from last episode that we were trying to oh, that's a blitz rod. Okay. That we were trying to use. So we'll just go over here and craft this up and get ourselves the, well, oh, that's right, I need glowstone. Get just a couple pieces of this, and you just combine this with the vile dust, and that's going to give you the corrupted essence. And then once you get that all together, you can make your soul forge, and this is how we're going to be making our soul shards. So we'll just set this up right here. If you notice, it doesn't really go with the texture pack, but that's okay. And what we're going to need to do to make a soul shard in this pack is throw a diamond in there with a corrupted essence. Yeah. And it's going to take quite a while to cook through this. So that's why we went ahead and did this first. But once we get that, we'll get our first soul shard. So we'll let that cook for a minute. And let's see. Okay, the next thing I want to jump into, I was looking at Tech Reborn. I don't think we'll get into that this episode. Basically, what that mod is, if you're familiar with Greg Tech, it's basically like a combination of Greg Tech and Industrial Craft, too. And I find it kind of strange in some ways that they included it. Now, I will say it's got some really nice features. But it's really similar to IC2, which they included both of them. You'll see a lot of the same machines in here. I know the matter fabricator, the macerators in here somewhere. It's a lot of the same blocks, but I know both of them have a few things that are different from each other. So when we start that, we'll probably start IC2 about the same time and just kind of, which I mean, we'll pick and choose. We won't make 2 macerators or whatever from each mod. However, first thing I want to do this episode is let's actually get some of this clay cooking up here. But I want to go ahead and make a jetpack because I started kind of planning out the base. I'd already done the floor plans and everything for the base that we're building, and it's actually going to be over there. Let me step outside and see if I can pull it up on the map. Right. So, let's see. It's to the, no, to the, here we go. Right over somewhere. Yeah, I think right up here. So it's going to be right in here. I did make a tape measure from Bibliocraft, just iron with a tape measure reel, just string and dandelion yellow, not too bad to make. And basically this just lets you measure. So if I want to measure from say here to here, I can do that. I can also do altitude. I can do diagonals, everything. So it just makes, you know, base planning and everything a whole lot easier. So, but that's where we're building, and I would really like a jetpack so I can kind of get a aerial view of it, because it is a rather large structure that I've started planning out and everything. So, which I actually need to make the shovel. Let me run and throw a couple diamonds in there. I think I've got enough redstone steel for one more thing. Yeah, it's 200 each. But yeah, I want to go ahead and start getting into a jetpack. So we're gonna, in this pack, we're gonna go with the thermal expansion version, which they're pretty much the same. It's just graphically different, and the crafting mats are different and stuff. So to get this going, we're first going to need a leadstone flux capacitor, copper, lead, redstone, and sulfur. I'm actually going to grab out a bit of redstone, and we'll just need one sulfur and some copper and lead. And let's see here. Oh, you know what? I should actually, if you're going to do jetpacks, go ahead and make a few of these. Just a heads up. I'd suggest you go ahead and make like 4 of them just when you first go to craft it, because you're going to get tired of crafting these. Because they kind of upgrade as you go, and they make you use the higher tier versions later on, so you might as well just make 4 of them. They're not that expensive. So, but we'll go ahead and get all 4 of these. And then the next thing we're going to want is, I'm going to need a few more pieces of leather here, so we can just use this. Okay. And a couple pieces of iron, and this will get us our strap. I think that's what it's called, leather strap, yeah. And then we're going to need our 2 thrusters, which these take a little bit more to craft. Gold and redstone to make our reception coils. And keep in mind, you are going to need to make 2 of these thrusters, so just double everything that you craft for that part. So, and then just glass. Easy enough. We've got plenty of glass, which is good because I plan on using a bit for the base. So, you know, that's one reason I wanted to get that started pretty quick. We just need some redstone, or lead ingots and redstone, and that'll get us those flux ducts. And now, steam dynamos, copper gears, copper, and redstone transmission coil. Alright, and we're actually going to need... Wait, are we going to need 4 of these? No, just 2 of these. Okay. I want to say it's the... what is it? The Infinity Evolve that takes like a ton of that. Whoops. Like you need like double the generators for everything. Alright. Oops. Okay. Oh, I got 10. Damn it. Sorry about that. Oh, there we go. There's our copper, and we should have everything for that, right? Oh yeah, we need to make the transmission coils. There. And this. Alright, and then our flux ducts, our reception coil. What was at the bottom again? Redstone, and then lead. I should have just grabbed a bunch of lead in the first place. Alright, now we should have everything that we need, so let's just shift click it in actually. There we go. And then we won't be able to shift click this in because anything that has like a like charge or durability or anything like that, it won't let you shift that in. So, but that'll get us the leadstone jetpack. Now this first tier is honestly kind of crap. It only holds 25,000 RF, and it also the vertical speed and as well as the the horizontal speed and everything is pretty bad. So I'm going to jump in here though and change up the controls because I use a Naga mouse and I like to have this kind of changed up so I can adjust it with the Naga. So what's on minus right now? Zoom out? No, we don't want that. That sounds good. And so if we step out here, you can see that we have very, very slow vertical thrust, and the hover is not really much of a hover. So it's pretty easy to upgrade. So let's go ahead and look into that. We're going to need a bit of Invar for this, however, as well as some bronze. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and make up a bit of Invar. I'm thinking like, no, that's not what we want. 10. Let's take and do how much? Oh, I don't have much copper at all. Well, I don't need a whole lot, so we'll just do like this and set the alloy smelter up to alloys mode. I don't want this stuff in there. Okay. And we're just going to let that cook for a minute while we shift gears and do our soul shards, because this should be done. It's not. Okay. That's cool. Maybe I need more of this vile essence or corrupted essence. Maybe one just wasn't enough. I wonder why it's not cooking. Now, if it's set to the easy version, which it could be, throw some more of that in there, I guess. And we'll give it a minute to smelt that. But if it is set to the easy version, we're going to have to get Endstone, actually, to do that. So if that's the case, it'll be a little while before we can do it, unless we do the Resonant Ender. That's an option. So let's... Oh, it is moving. It's just very, very slow. So let me get more soul sand and get that cooking, actually. Do we not have enough energy in here? Oh man, this is going to take forever to smelt that. Alright. So let's throw these in there. And now can we get... Or did I not scan soul sand? Watch, I probably didn't scan it. I know I've got some still right in here. So let's grab a piece of it. Oh, I cannot believe how much that's going to take. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, see, it's barely moving. It's going to take probably like 8 pieces of that corrupted essence to get that one soul shard made, so. Alright. Let's, okay, now we can do it. And we'll get 10. That's plenty, I think. And we'll let this smelt up in here. Alright, but we got some bricks. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be enough. But we'll see. Where's the Invar? Okay. Okay. I can never remember. It's, what, 2 iron to each piece of Invar. I always get it wrong. So the other thing that I want to look at here is I want to start making creosote oil for immersive engineering. So let me check something really, really fast. Steel, can it be made in the alloy smelter in this pack? That's something that I'm curious about. Not that kind of steel. What about railcraft steel? No. Blast furnace. What about solar expansion steel? No. Tech Reborn? No. Okay. Okay, we've run out of steel. So, we are going to have to do a blast furnace for this. So, let's see. Do we want to use the railcraft or... Oh, there is no... Huh. Okay, they disabled the immersive engineering one. So... Or is it blast bricks? It's blast bricks, isn't it? Okay, so that's just bricks, nether bricks. And then blast furnace. Yeah, I don't have enough slime balls or any of that. So we'll just do the blast bricks here. And what we're going to do, actually, one of the... Make sure this isn't... Because if that runs out, it's going to restart on us. And I really don't want that to happen. But this should be enough corrupted essence to keep it going till it's done. So, but what we're going to do is... Can I break these down and get 4 bricks? Extractor. Okay. So, no. We'll just cook 4 netherrack here. Or we'll go ahead and do 8 of it to get our nether bricks. Now, the really nice thing, of course, about having EE in this is when we make these blast bricks, we're only going to need to make 1 set and then scan one of them and then just duplicate. So, let's see. Blaze powder. And where did I put it? I'm not used to this texture pack, so it takes me a second sometimes to find things. Or did I use it all? I guess I used it all. So let me run one of these through the sag mill. So we're going to get a blast furnace set up, and we're also going to set up a coke oven. So that's another thing. We should be able to scan 258 or 261. Clay, smooth sandstone bricks, or sand and bricks. I think we're going to go with the sand and bricks. Plus it's cheaper and everything. So, we'll get 5 pieces of sand. And that, and we've got our bricks. Okay. So we'll just do our bricks like this. Oh, engineer's toolbox is in here. We're going to have some fun with that. Because chimneys actually shoot out smoke, and they look really, really cool. So, we will definitely be using that. So let's go scan this first one. And then we've got our, our blaze powder. Oh, we're waiting on our bricks. Oh wow, their exchange energy is just 1. Let's see. Blast brick is that. Get 1 set. And scan that. And the other thing we're going to want to make really, really quick is an engineer's hammer. Since we are doing the immersive engineering blast brick. So, let's see, right here. 2 iron, string, and 2 sticks. I forgot to grab one. I actually think I have wood in my bag, but oh well. I still got those slabs left over, so I might as well use those. Alright. And that gets that. So let's see, the... Well, where'd it go? Coke. So we're gonna need a 3x3x3 hollow, so that's what? 27, 26 pieces, so let's grab 26 of these, and we can start getting some coal coke produced. And we'll start getting some creosote as well. So, and actually while we're down here, let's go ahead and get our blast bricks. Now, let's see, the immersive engineering one I think is just a 3x3x3, so we need 27 of them. Because I don't recall it being hollow in the middle. No. We're going to need 1 more diamond here. And grab that. And get ourselves 8 more of these. Alright. And since we're headed up there anyway, let's grab like, I don't know, a bunch of coal. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be plenty for that. We'll go ahead and set up our coke oven. We'll just set it up right here. Like I said, I'm not too worried about how this looks. So, and like this. It should form up. There we go. And then we can just throw our coal in there. And it's going to start slowly producing creosote and coal coke. So coal coke is a much more potent version of coal, and creosote we'll be able to use for quite a few things, especially from immersive engineering. So that way you pretty much have to set this up before you can even really step into the mod. So and then we'll do our blast bricks here, and we'll set that up just right here. So like I said, I believe this one is not hollow. Alright, and then there we go. And we got our crude blast furnace. Now we're going to wait before we run this till we get some coal coke produced. You can run charcoal in this as well, but it does take a ton of charcoal, whereas coal coke, it doesn't really take that much of it. So, and actually, oh that's right, we can't make drums, can we? No. So, we're just going to use a hardened portable tank for now. And we'll set this up just right here with a fluid conduit. And that way it'll collect the creosote that we get. There we go. We have 500 millibuckets of creosote. and we have our very first piece of coal coke. So we'll give that a minute to run while we do some other things, and then hopefully we'll make some steel. Oh, whoa. Okay, so apparently you get 3 unbound soul shards when you do one of those crafts. So that I did not know. And that is actually really, really nice. So the way that these work, the first one I want to make, I want to do a zombie one, I do believe. So let's go out and find a zombie. Now you need to be careful when you have one of these, because the first thing that you kill is what it's going to bind to. So actually we could do skeleton. No, I don't want spiders, actually. Yeah, we'll do a skeleton. We'll probably do like a skeleton, a zombie, and an enderman. Now, if you notice, this says, now it says bound to skeleton, and it has 1 kill. Now, you're going to have to keep killing skeletons until you get 64 kills. Oh, there's an enderman. Let's go get his soul real quick. We have to get his soul. You're going to have to keep killing them until you get 64 kills. And that's going to give you your tier 1 soul shard. And it does take a really long time, but the mob spawner that you can make with the souls of these guys can be really, really powerful. The final version, which is a tier 5... Oh, no. There we go. And let's go. Ah. But eventually the tier 5 requires 1,024 kills, but it produces 5 mobs every 2 seconds, and it is extremely powerful. Now once you get these bound, I do suggest you just keep them on your person, and they'll slowly build up as you kill, you know. And also, if you do find a mob spawner, you can right click these on a mob spawner, and it'll add, I think it's 200 souls for the mob spawner, and it'll break the mob spawner, but it will give you 200 kills worth of souls into the soul shard. So we'll cover these more later on. Like I said, I wanted to get those started because they do take a really long time to build up. But, you know, once we get them set up, that'll be kind of like our go-to mob farm, you know, item. So, let me throw these in there. And let's grab this. Where is it at? Here we go. Invar and bronze. Okay. And let's go ahead and upgrade our jetpack to tier 2 for now. I don't want the episode to run too long on you guys. So, the hardened flux capacitor, we're going to go ahead and upgrade all of our capacitors to this. Just redstone, tin, and Invar. Let's see. Tin. We've got some redstone here. And if you just keep upgrading these capacitors, you'll never have to worry too much about just setting down and making, you know, a bunch of these capacitors and stuff and leveling them and all that once you know, as you go to the higher tiers of the jetpack. So, we'll throw those in there for now. And the next thing we're going to want to craft up is these thrusters. Now we are going to need reactant dynamos, bronze gears, and bronze, and then redstone transmission coils. So let me see here. A couple silver should be good. And I'm going to need just a little bit of iron. No. 4 iron. Okay. And that. And you know what? I bet we don't have enough bronze. Crap. Let me get some cooking up really, really quick. Alright. And we'll do like 9 and 3. Okay. There we go. And we'll need these hardened flux ducts. Now to make these we are going to need leadstone flux ducts. And we'll need a couple crafts. So let's get just a couple bars of lead. Oh, we've got lead on us. My bad. And we'll need 1 piece of glass. And we'll just make a few more of these. And no, not Invar lead, my bad. There. And to upgrade them, it's what? 1 piece of Invar, 3 redstone, right? Yeah, okay. And that'll get us those. And then redstone reception coils, which are gold. Am I going to have enough Invar? No, I'm not. Let me make some more Invar really quick, too. Let's see. Where's our ferrous? And iron. Okay. I'm going to let that cook for a minute while we throw together these thrusters. Oh. Silver. Redstone. Throw that up there. He's here. Redstone. And bronze. And then, well, we need a couple pieces of gold. And where's all the Invar? There we go. Now we should be good. So. And then get this crafted. And then we'll do that. Oh, I forgot to take off my jetpack. Okay. That. Oh. That. And that. And that gets us the hardened tier 2 jetpack. So we'll throw that in there for just a second, just to let it get some power so I can show you guys what that one's like. Now, it's still not super great, I admit, but it is a lot better than the tier 1. So if you notice, we have a bit better vertical acceleration, and then our hover's not quite as much of a drop. So, but we'll probably get this upgraded pretty quickly, especially since we have, you know, EE in the pack, and we've already got most of the machines that we need to upgrade it really far. So I'm gonna throw that in there. And then just really quickly before we end out the episode, I'm going to show you how we can make some steel. So let's grab this, and yeah, see, we've got 6 coal coke in here. Now what we're going to do to kind of automate this is we're just going to use item conduits. And oh, that's not connect. Oh, that's right. I'll tell you what we can do, though. It doesn't connect with piping, but what it will connect with is hoppers. So, let me grab... Can you do the 4 chest craft on here? No, man. I love the ×4 chest crafting. And oh, we've got iron on us. Okay. And we'll just set this up like that. Item conduit here. Insert. Extract always active. So it should be... Oh, will that not work? I could have swore that worked. Oh, man. Alright, let's see. I know... If this one isn't automatable, I may end up just making... My jetpack's charging. Okay, sorry about this. I just want to see... I could have swore we could automate this one, but maybe only the Railcraft one can be automated. Let's see, if we were to throw that in there... Oh, man. Okay, well, I'll figure I'll see if I can figure out some way to automate this one. I could have swore there was a way I did it before. I know this one you can just put a hopper onto it. But anyway, so we have our coal coke and we have iron, and then we can just throw this in, and it will take a while. It'll use a couple pieces of the coal coke, not nearly as much as if you use charcoal. With charcoal it takes like 10 or 12 pieces or something. This is only going to take, I think, about maybe 2 pieces or something. Maybe... It looks like it might just be 1 piece with this. Not entirely sure, but it's about half and half. I'm just kind of curious to see. It may be 1 for 1. I could have swore it used to be like 2 or something. And by the way, if you notice the coal coke, the burn time is 3,200 ticks. And blast fuel, it's worth 1,200 ticks, whereas coal is only a 1,600 burn time. So it's double the burn time, double the strength. Oh yeah, it's 1 for 1. And you'll also produce this slag. You can use that to make concrete, and that's really about it. But it's a nice looking block, I think. But of course, the making it with chisel is way easier. Just melt gravel. So, but anyway, I think we'll end out the episode there. I mean, I feel like we got a lot done. We got a tier 2 jetpack, soul shards, blast furnace, coke oven, and all that good stuff. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. In between this episode and next, I'm going to do a bit of building over at the base, especially now that we have a jetpack. It's going to be a whole lot easier. Yeah, until next episode, though, take care. And next episode we'll probably be getting into, I don't know, either Tech Reborn or Immersive Engineering, or... I don't know. I mean, it's kind of up in the air right now. If there is anything you guys want to see next, just let me know down in the comments. I mean, granted, there's certain things I can't do, like AE system or something like that. I did think about upgrading our power to something other than just lava. We might go into something with immersive engineering, or we might do like some kind of solar panels. Would be kind of nice. But yeah, if there's anything in specific that you guys want to see next episode, let me know down in the comments. Or, you know, with EE, we're kind of just sort of open-ended. But anyway, until next episode, do take care, and of course, if you enjoyed this, please comment, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. It's all very, very much appreciated. And until next episode, or yeah, I've already said that. Sorry, it's been a long day. So, but yeah, I will see you next time then. Bye bye.